Hello and welcome to Mad About Film. Today I'm going to review The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, which is the new Coen Brothers film and is on Netflix and available to stream right now. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the trailer.
People are so easily distracted. So I'm the distractor with a little story. People can't get enough of them because, well, they connect the stories to themselves, I suppose. And we all love hearing about ourselves. So long as the people in the stories are us, but not us.
The Ballad of Buster Scruggs is a six-part short film compilation, and is an interesting film from the Coen Brothers. It's classic Coen Brothers in a way. It kind of reminds me of the short film that they did for Parish Tem in the compilation video series that they did for that, which was a long time ago in the mid 2000s, about 2005. But this is six pure stories about the American Midwest, all kind of bound in a little book. And a bit like the Jungle Book opening, you know, when the Jungle Book opens in that film and you have the different stories and the different chapters and all the rest. So each story is segmented into six-part stories. They're all about the American Midwest, and I don't want to give too much away, but The Ballad of Buster Scruggs is about the cowboy Buster Scruggs, played by Tim Blake Nelson, and that is a good, strong opener for the film. It's about a shooter, about a cowboy who likes to sing and he likes to kill people, and in that sense it's very Coen Brothers and very kind of reminiscent of, say, the Hudsucker Proxy or kind of the comedy that came from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou. The other five stories in the film kind of have lead actors, like, so James Franco is in the next one, Liam Neeson and Harry Melling's in the next one, Tom Waits is a prospector in one particular story, Zoe Kazan stars in a film which is really interesting and very good, and about sort of like, you know, finding love on the Manifest Destiny kind of trail to the west, kind of like, you know, trails, a bit like Rawhide. Brendan Gleeson, Saul Rubinek and Tyne Daly. John Joe O'Neill and Chelsea Ross is in the last story as well, about reflecting on life and the different perspectives of people from different communities that kind of travelled across the Midwest. The film itself is quite long, it's quite drawn out, but it's really interesting to see the sort of montage of pieces and the different kind of character pieces that they wanted to put together as a compilation film. It seems like they had a lot of sort of short stories that they wanted to tell about the American Midwest and also travelling across the West as a Western, and it kind of works. I kind of like it. I think it's very nice to dip in and out of the stories. I think the good thing about it being on Netflix is that actually you can drop in and out of the story and switch on to the next one when you want, and you have a slice of humour if you want to watch the film sort of occasionally for a little bit at lunchtime, for example, or on your work break. But I think the film itself, I mean, sometimes some people would say it's not as coherent as, say, Inside Llewellyn Davis or Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, or even The Big Lebowski, and it can't really compare to The Big Lebowski. But as a montage of six films which are kind of sort of portrayed really well, I think it's worth checking out and seeing how that goes. If you're a big fan of the Coen Brothers and you like the Hudsucker Proxy and Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, there's no doubt you would like this kind of humour and this kind of comedy. So it is classic Coen Brothers, but for it to be a coherent story, for it to be a long story, it doesn't really work in that sense. And so the segmentation of it is, you know, it does feel there's a little bit baggy around the edges. The film gets 3 stars from me, as it doesn't really hang together as well as Oh Brother, Where Art Thou or Inside Llewellyn Davis. For me, Inside Llewellyn Davis is actually a really, really good film, so I kind of like that as a whole, and I want to see more of that. And that's where actually I felt with Buster Scruggs. If they'd focused on Buster Scruggs to have a whole film, I think it would have been much stronger, as opposed to 6 segmented stories, and it would have been nice for them to kind of sort of bring it together as one whole film, as opposed to 6 segmented parts. That's it from Mad About Film. If you liked that review, please hit that like button and subscribe and leave some comments down below. I'd love to hear what you say, and if you'd like to see another video, just click here.